Hey guys, so today I want to show you a quick example of why chain of thought is so important when developing AI solutions. So I have this prompt. This prompt is basically kind of like posing a scenario where Joe is a person who is like dealing with eggs. He has 20 eggs. He buys two more boxes of eggs. Each box contains 12. He eats two eggs. He finds out that one box had one broken egg. He goes and returns that to the supermarket. Then he continues with his day. He feeds two eggs to his dogs. Then he breaks an extra egg in the process. Like, how many eggs does Joe have in total? You know, the answer is 27. What's very likely going to happen here is that like ChatGPT 3.5 is not going to get this right, and I'll show you this by sending this prompt right now. All right, so yeah, it failed. Also, I want you to know something that's very important here. It failed, but if I keep rerunning these multiple times, there's a little chance that it's gonna get it right. But that doesn't mean that a model is reasoning well through this problem. So what I want to show you is how to build a chain of prompts that will always reason effectively against a problem like this one. And this is a very dumb and basic example, but it should give you an idea how this works. All right, so now we're here on Rain Blue, and then I want to kind of give you a walk through how I set up this chain, right? So the first thing is that I set out like a variable called box count, which is gonna hold the amount of X that it's in a box. I also set up these instructions for the chain, which is like you always reply without preamble, and you always reply with an actual number. You don't say like 10x or 20x, you just say like 10, 20, 50, whatever you need to answer. Uh, then basically what I did is like I created multiple prompts, each one with kind of like one of the calculations. So we start with Joe has 20 eggs. How many eggs does Joe have? He should return 20. Then I'm gonna take the output of 20 that's returned here, and then I'm gonna pass it to the next prompt, and then I'm gonna say Joe has 20 eggs. He buys two more cartons of, and because I am plugging that variable, I'm saying he buys two more cartons of 12 eggs. How many eggs does Joe have? Right. And then I continue with all kind of like the things that we had on the other prompt in ChatGPT. Uh, and the expectation is at the end, which is this the last calculation, it should give me 27, right? So let's try this out. I'm going to run it. Right. So as you can see, it gave me 27. So what's happening here is that by actually breaking down the problem, we're giving the model a chance to reason through this problem effectively. This is something that it's very kind of like a prior when it comes to developing with AI. You want to create reasoning paths for your AI, and this is the reason why I built Brave Blue. Because I was building a lot of kind of like small little things for AI, like using AI, and I realized that like creating those reasoning paths, just like with kind of like once like a zero shot prompt was very hard. I needed to kind of have like a chain of thought, an actual chain of prompts, kind of like guiding the model through these. So the beautiful thing about this is that like um it behaves almost like pseudo deterministically. So like if I clear the outputs and I run this again, I should see 27 again, because I already have like a very clear reasoning path of how this should behave. And as you can see, it's 27. So what's cool about this is that now that I have this reasoning path, I can actually leverage this reasoning path for something like changing the number of, for example, changing the number of eggs in a box, right? So if I change this to 10, basically what I'm saying is like, you know what? Now the boxes of eggs only have like 10 eggs, not 12. And I save these and I run it again, then I should see 25 at the end, of the calculation. So let's see, let's run this and see what happens. So yeah, it's gonna basically run the same calculations. It's gonna ask the same prompts. It's gonna do the whole thing. And yeah, there you go. There you have it. It's 25. So I want to be clear about something here. Like just because it's behaving very deterministically right now, because I'm gonna clear this out and then I'm gonna run it again, and it's only gonna give me 25 again. Uh, let's see, this is what I wanted to show you. It doesn't necessarily always gonna follow the reasoning path. It might kind of like break somewhere, and that's why it's important to also like experiment with randomness, because sometimes what you need is like more strictness on the model, so like maybe if I take it to zero point 0.3 and then I take this one to zero point 0.3 or like zero point 0.2, and then I save that, and then like, let's see, just run the chain. And I only kind of like switch to, but I just trying to kind of like show you that like sometimes like the temperature matters a lot, in terms of getting like a good deterministic behavior out of the model. But because now I changed those, there was something in these prompts that maybe was like two rules, Now you can see that it's getting 25 like almost always consistently, Uh, this is very empirical, I wouldn't kind of like tell you like go on like implement these, like build a calculator on top of like an LLM. That will be extremely inefficient, extremely dumb. But what I'm trying to show you is that there's like certain kind of nuance of how you get deterministic behavior out of the models. And as you can see, I keep running this one and it keeps giving me 25. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. I hope that's useful. I hope this helps you guys understand why developing for AI or like developing AI solutions, it's very empirical, it's very nuanced, and like it takes, you know, like good playgrounds. And that's what I'm trying to build with Brain Blue. I hope that helps. All right. Thank you.